tape. Let's dive into the tape.
Mike Rupp with a Yager-like salute.
Roll the tape.
Rupp with a shot. He's gone.
2 goals for Mike Rupp.
Look at him go. Tape to tape. Let's diggity dive right into the tape. All right, big win last night for the Toronto Maple Leafs, beating the Winnipeg Jets. Handing them their first loss of the season. It was impressive, but what was really impressive was their second line of the Toronto Maple Leafs. They had Willie Nylander, John Tavares, and Max Pacioretty, who got bumped up to play with those guys, and he had these things to say post-game. We want to get to those first.
Well, they're both so easy to play with. They've been good together for a long time, so when you see you're going to go out with those guys, you want to just create some time and space for them. And I'm worried about getting pucks back on the forecheck for them and getting to the net. And I just think as a line, we were for the first time playing together, we were reading each other really well. And it starts with just moving your feet, and I think it's a big reason why we had a nice night tonight. And obviously I was like playing a little bit of a different role here to start, and so to get bumped up and know that there's a chance here to pitch in and play a little bit more and pitch in offensively. I knew I had to bring my A game, I guess, and like I said, it's just easy to play with those guys, and as long as I'm moving my feet, I think that I can fit in with them.
So here's something interesting that I thought he said there, all of that, but the fact he said, if I move my feet here, and this is a new team for me. I had a new role. I kind of got elevated here. I think he's starting to put together some things that he has to be a little bit different than what he's been in his career so far.
Yeah, I think part of being a player as you get older and you suffer injuries, as Pacioretty has, unfortunately, some bad ones. You have to learn how to reinvent yourself. You can't always do the things you've always done throughout your career. A few can, some guys can, but a lot of guys, they got to figure out that next step, that next evolution in their career. So for Patches, it's figuring out, okay, how do I use my intelligence and my IQ and my size, where I could use to rely on my foot speed and my shot, as you said. So I think he's understanding that, getting a chance now in the top 6 with some good players. How do I be effective doing the things I've always done, but then reinventing myself to do things that I can do better?
And I think every player goes through that, right?
Right.
Not every player manages it. I think it gets harder when star players, wait a second, I have to be different. I've made X amount of dollars. I've had this amount of success. I've scored these amount of goals.
Been a captain.
Yes, a captain. Yeah. But I love that he's doing that, and he's doing what Toronto needs him to do, and we're going to show that right here as we show the video, and we're going to tag team this. We got like 7 clips or whatever. It's just little things he's doing. He's going to be circled in all of these, but watch him coming in here. He's just checking this back out, keeping pucks involved, nothing crazy there. But I just love the way this is on the power play. So he's on that first unit, and he's just getting involved. And these are the things: stick involved, keeping plays alive. That, to me, is the biggest thing. He's using his reach and his size, going to the front of the net. Let's win some puck battles. One-handed pass over there to John Tavares, who puts it in. And this is just a replay of it. You can see Pacioretty in front of the net. He's using his size more than I've ever seen him, right? Like, he is a shooter. We know that. But now he's a big boy that's using his size and helping himself out and his teammates.
Yeah, exactly right here. We stop it right here real quick. Run that back about a few seconds right there. On the forecheck, he's done a million of these. Watch him look at the defenseman. He comes in here. Let's roll it forward. He sees what's happening. He knows this guy's going to catch it and bump it back. So he heads right to that corner, gets in a good spot, pressures this defenseman, creates the turnover with the stick, has a good stick, and then makes that quick play to the middle. That's IQ, that's experience, that's things at 35, maybe you don't know at 25. So here we go again. Using that big frame right there. Look at that. He's a big kid. Hasn't always had to muck it up in the corners his whole career, right? He's usually been a shooter, been in that soft spot area, but here he's going in first on pucks. He knows he's got to get the puck to Willie, got to get the puck to JT. So he's the guy kind of doing that grunt work. Let's keep it going here. Protects the puck, protects it. Does a good Rupper impression there. Fights it up the wall, and then good things happen. Scoring chance, banging away at the net.
Yeah, as he rolls forward, you're going to watch him here just competing. I like this, too. Little in and out. Whoop, whoop, jump back here, grabs the puck, and just keeping plays alive. I think that's the big thing. When you're net front presence, you've got to keep plays alive. You got to go to the corner. You got to retrieve pucks. You got to get it back in the hands of your teammates. And then look at this hard work right here. Just dogging the puck, moving his feet, man, keeping plays alive in the offensive zone. For this line, almost puts it right in JT's mouth. But look at the play still going down here. And when you play in the offensive zone with those two guys, you're going to get chances.
Yeah, last one here again. Just coming in late, good F3 on the forecheck, circling around, finding pucks behind the net, recovering, retrieving. Now watch this. Getting to the front of the net here. Just not always something he's had to do. He's always been a good net front guy. You don't get 40 without going in the net, tipping pucks, creating plays. But here, watch the determination. Let's play this through. He's battling. He's grinding with that defenseman. He's trying to get positioning. As a goaltender, that's the worst. I hate when guys would just be relentless in front of the net. You're like, just get out of the way, move out of my way so I can see it. So he's doing all the dirty things that he may not have always done throughout his career, but he's learning to do them now.
Yeah, and even at the end of that right there, it would kind of cut it. He starts getting a little pushing match back and forth, which isn't necessary. But I like the way he's playing.
Right.
He's playing, and he's trying to do things differently. And that's why when you go and get an opportunity there, you don't think Craig Berube's looking at that? You don't think Craig Berube knows what he is and what he's been in his career, but what he's willing to do right now. And all of a sudden, that line, let's show the board here, that line was absolutely dominant in this game against the best team in the National Hockey League. Goals 4-0. Shots 10-2. Scoring chances 10-2. Time on ice together 11-21. Like I said, he's on that top power play unit. So that's the stuff that's going to make him feel more like what he's used to.
Right.
So just do these other things. Help us. Help me help you.
Exactly.
He's helping the Leafs in ways that they need him to. Veteran leadership, his size. Again, I'll double down on this. I have never seen him play this physically engaged in games.
Yeah.
It's a great sign right now for the Leafs.
I think so, too. And I think, as you know, as you get older, too, you don't take things for granted as much anymore. And he's missed so much time with those Achilles injuries. Just so unfortunate. Just hasn't played a lot of hockey. And now he gets to play with Tavares and Nylander, two of the best players in the league and the world. And he's sitting there saying, I'm not going to waste my shot here. You know, little Hamilton for you. You know, he's going to make sure he stays there. He's going to do whatever it takes to play with those guys and make them better so he continues to get those top 6 minutes.
Yeah, you know, Schneider, we look at the lines here, and we just said how great Pacioretty, Tavares, Nylander was last night's game. And you're going to switch lines all year, basically. Keep this up, please. I still am convinced that this team is at its best when when the wealth is kind of spread out a little bit more. And I know they tried to start the year with Nylander at center, and I was thinking, wow, man, if you can go Matthews, Nylander, Tavares, like now you're cooking with gas. But maybe that's just not the way it's going to play out, you know. But this is a good option. It's showing Craig Berube, I've got some buttons that I can push. Hey, this worked here. Maybe it stays like this. Maybe it doesn't. But I think it's big that he's got a veteran guy in there like that.
Well, to your point, if you are going to put Willie at center at some point, you need the wing depth. You need to have wingers you can trust that can play with those guys. So if Pacioretty gives Berube another option to say, hey, this is a guy who can ride shotgun with one of my elite centers, then that just, like you said, gives them all sorts of combinations and machinations there.
Yeah, let's see if they can get some momentum off that win. Because, again, the Winnipeg Jets are playing a great brand of hockey, and the Leafs went up there and pop, got them a big dub for themselves, I should say. Really shocked a lot of people out there. We'll see if they can continue, because they disappointed me last week.
Yes, I know.
When they lost to Columbus the way they did in St. Louis, whatever. Anyways.